Y'all remember this time last year when the Trump administration brought over that group of white South Africans claiming they were facing racial persecution and injustice in their home country? I have an update.
So I don't know any immigrants who get free money. So when I hear certain people say, "Oh, all these immigrants are just getting free money and free housing and free this," I don't know who you're talking about. I've never met one. Where are they? Stop gatekeeping. Tell me, please. I want to get free money too. Huh? Huh?
They struggling. They are struggling.
Do you know what happened to those people? They are living in motels right now with cockroaches, mosquitoes, and mold, and they're complaining because all they got was $2,000 when they started. They were promised that someone would help them find a job, find housing, nothing.
Y'all gotta check this out.
You may recall last year we reported on the Trump administration's decision to limit the number of refugees entering the United States. That number was set at 7,500, a significant cut from the Biden era. In addition, the administration is prioritizing white South Africans for admission, a group it says faces persecution at home.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So before we turn confusion into suspicious, before we turn culture shock into conspiracy, before we turn frustrations into division, let's remember something simple. Most people don't cross oceans for fun. They came because they believe there is something better on the other side. If they feel lied to now, maybe the real conversation isn't about them. Anyway guys, let's see how people are reacting to these videos. We will come back to talk more, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so for more information. I will be right back.
Something the South African government disputes. Well, now an investigation from the Free Press shows many of those white South Africans, also known as Afrikaners, are barely scraping by because of what they say are failures in U.S. government systems.
Who's gonna tell them?
Madeline Rowley is an investigative reporter for the Free Press. Madeline, good morning. Talk to us about the conditions some of these refugees say they are experiencing, because the administration made it seem as if they were being prioritized. They are a special group.
Oh, they thought they were special.
Yes, I spoke to 10 South African refugees who told me that, they came to the U.S. hoping for a better life, a better situation, just as other refugees. And the government contracts with 7 refugee resettlement agencies that are paid hundreds of millions of dollars per year to provide safe, sanitary, and affordable housing.
Affordable housing? Where?
Unfortunately, what I heard from these Afrikaner refugees is that they're spending weeks in motels in unsafe areas. They're being offered housing that is full of mold, apartments that are full of mold in expensive areas. So each refugee is allotted $2,000, and all of that has been going to rent.
Who's going to tell them?
So they're really left with nothing. And these agencies are supposed to help them apply to jobs, obtain temporary benefits such as SNAP and Medicaid. And basically, other people from the community, like neighbors, are having to step in because they just, in some cases, can't even get a hold of their resettlement agencies.
And Madeline, what jumps out to me about what you're saying is we have this almost split screen between what you're describing their life is like now and how they looked in May of 2025 when they were being welcomed here. They were holding American flags. They had smiles on their faces.
No comment.
When you asked refugee groups about these issues with the resettlement process, what are they telling you? How common is this?
Well, from what I could tell, there's an entire network of people as they come. People I spoke to came as soon as 2 weeks ago. And what they do is, they have a network through social media groups and WhatsApp, and they're all realizing, oh no, I'm stuck in this hotel. I only have a certain amount of food. They don't have transportation. They don't have the right clothing. I talked to 3 refugees who are in Detroit. It's very cold there. They do not have coats. So they're realizing that they really feel alone. So I think with that original group, now we're sort of seeing, I think so far, over 1,600 Afrikaner refugees have come. And now we're seeing sort of the cracks in the system here.
Cracks in the system? America? No.
When it comes to how these resettlement agencies work, they have regional offices all throughout the United States where the money from the federal government trickles down.
Trickle down? Yeah, good luck on that.
Some of them, one refugee resettlement agency, their federal expenditures topped $727 million in fiscal year 2024. So I think we have to ask here, why are these refugees being told there's no budget for for food, or there's no other apartments or places to show them that are in safe and sanitary areas.
Welcome to the party. Hey.
So, Madeline, in our last few moments, what are these resettlement groups telling you? And are other refugee groups expressing the same amount of challenges?
Well, I mean, I think that's one of the questions that my reporting for the Free Press raises. I spoke to the neighbor of one Afrikaner family who was resettled in North Carolina. And the neighbor told me, she's been helping this family. She gave them air mattresses, pillows. She spent $300 of her own money to help this family.
Kind of sounds like Americans are footing the bill for some aliens. Why they not out here pick themselves up by their own bootstraps?
For 3 weeks at my job, we have been getting large groups of people. And I'm like, dang, these people are coming in flocks. Where are they coming from? This is odd. No one's trying to tell us where they came from. And I'm like, is this like a secret? Are they in like a hidden protective program? And it was like, no, it's just they don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, whatever. But I'm realizing that these people are not friendly. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a cultural difference, because talking to them, I can hear that they're not from America. I want people to get a fucking grip. This is just racism. And then he brought racist white people from other places to America. All while he's actively deporting Americans, killing Americans because he don't think they're Americans. You're bringing in non-Americans. Are we serious right now?
Folks, you can't make this up. But do you all remember when this administration welcomed 59 white South Africans into the country, talking about they were fleeing from persecution in South Africa for being white, and they allowed these Afrikaners to take a privately chartered jet, because that's what refugees get to do, I guess, come to the United States, and they were met by 2 deputy directors of federal agencies, not just 1, but 2. Well, let me refresh your memory, because I have an update on what's going on with them now. But let's look back at when they were welcomed off their private charter jet.
Welcome. Welcome to the United States of America. It is such an honor for us to receive you here today. This is the land of the free, and we know that all of you have faced... I'm Chris Landau. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm the Deputy Secretary of State of the United States. This is my friend Troy Edgar.
Yeah, I'm the Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security. Again, welcome. So great to have you guys here.
I know you've gone through a long flight. I cannot believe there are babies and children who are actually so well behaved. This is much better than mine are. So bless you for that. And, I think... It makes me so happy to see you with our flag in your hands, and that flag symbolizes liberty for so many of us. Our families.
Well, that was in May of last year. Let's take a look at what's going on with them today. Couldn't have had people.
Welcome back. You may recall last year we reported on the Trump administration's decision to limit the number of refugees entering the United States. That number was set at 7,500, a significant cut from the Biden era. In addition, the administration is prioritizing white South Africans for admission. A statement from the Office of Refugee Resettlement saying every effort is made to provide them with safe and sanitary housing. Madeline, we appreciate your reporting, putting a spotlight on this, and we thank you for joining us this morning.
This couldn't have happened to a group of better people. And the most interesting thing that I didn't know, that I learned from that reporting, was they have snuck 1,600 more of these South African Afrikaners fleeing from a lie of persecution in South Africa. Yeah, sounds about right. But I don't hear any outrage from these maggots and racism bigots talking about they're getting $2,000 a month. They're being put on welfare so they can have medical and yada, yada, yada. I don't hear any of that from those anti-immigrant groups that are always talking about immigrants just being allowed to breathe in the United States. Like I said, couldn't have happened to a better group. Yep, I guess their usefulness has run its course. Oh, you can't make this up. But I'm going to enjoy the laugh all the way.
Welcome back, my people. We have been seeing large group of South African refugees arriving in America quietly in numbers, and people are confused. People are asking questions. Where are they coming from? Why here? Why all at once? And now some of them are crying online, saying they were lied to, saying they were scammed, saying America is not what they thought. But here is the real question nobody is asking. Who sold them to the dream in the first place? Anyway guys, drop your thoughts in the comments, like and share the videos. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.